What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the house. Y'all seem to really like when I did a live reaction to pre-sales before, so we're gonna do it again with Gamer's Choice, but I have one huge spoiler. The owner already told me Alubers are just $25. Code What's Good 5 for 5% off, and to support the channel directly will make them even cheaper. And with sets like this, it can be a race to the bottom, but this is still $1 per card set, and I would think that Aluber, the main chase that people are after and likely shorts printed, people would want 3 of those. They have the structure decks, and just $25 seems like Gamer's Choice has a good approach to getting you guys on the website. I love seeing competition ramp up during pre-sales, and Dark Magician Girl Ghost to start, obviously I've seen this top row also, is $650, over $100 cheaper than TCG pre-sales, but also than pretty much anybody. That's cheaper than tier 0. You see Blue Eyes also at $550. I think this one could come down towards $500. This one could come down towards $550, as this set will be ripped open a ton for different reasons, right? Some people will be after the cards inside, some people will be chasing the ghost in order to slab them or just collect them and get not scratched up one, depending on quality control. We also still don't know the ratios of the ghost rares. They seemed very plentiful in Yugi Tuber openings, but Konami also handed them those packs, right? And then we heard early from the EU that it is better than double, seemingly the previous year, closer to 3 per case, but not quite. I haven't heard any more openings since. I haven't heard any USA case ratios, so we're still waiting to see, is the ghost value versus estimated value pulled good early here? It could not be, or it could very much so be. I see Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon also at $250, which I did say I felt like this one should be cheaper than a lot of the ghost rares, even though it's a Blue Eyes collectible. I think people will be picking up a lot of the other ones, and it seems like Gamer's Choice took that into account, but Cyber Dragon is still cheaper than it, which was one of my critiques, but not by too much over here, but still cheaper than any other pre-sales I've seen. And a big one, Red Dragon Archfiend, in order to make those signer collectible ghost complete, is $150, and I know a lot of people in the comment section have been waiting for that one. Sphere Mode at just $125, and I have Tamias at the end, but also at $125, so it's not alone. There's the $25 Aluber. It is beautiful, and it's even cheaper with the code that supports the channel, code What's Good 5, and then $8 Halka Fibrex. Are you kidding me? Not even double digit. What is it over here on TCG Player right now? $14. Not even double digit Halk. I did not think I would see that on pre-sales or even on the back end of the set. I thought it would be $12. $8 for a Hulk. I know a lot of people are banless summarizing, oh, they're gonna hit Auroradon, even though they just foiled out the desk bot. Like, hello? I don't think they'll be hitting Auroradon like all of a sudden right after this, but if they do, they do, and then the price is more justified. That's huge banless speculation early, though. $8 Mega Rises. I still feel like this is a bit expensive. I feel like this could be down towards $4. Not everyone's a Flunder Duelist, but a lot of people do want this card, and it was worth a lot more, to be fair, heading into the set. You have the Vision Heroes Heat Soul at $6.99. It didn't even register me that Heat Soul hadn't come up yet. Borland and Heat Soul at just $6.99. That's pretty good. What is Heat Soul now over on TCG? I would assume, yeah, $28. This is why I love working with vendors like this that try to chop up a set, get estimated value pulled, do their approaches, and I wonder what their approach is here. I guess a lot of the mid stuff will be a little bit up price so that when you're checking out, oh, I'm already checking out here, I'll go ahead and add this. I feel like they deserve it at this point. Go ahead. These are crazy prices. Borland at $6.99. Not as many people on Borland as Heat Soul. Heat Soul is a lot more hype. A lot of content creators end up, you know, on the Code Talker, so that makes a lot of sense. Gamer's Choice is killing it out here. I've got to give it to them. Like, tier 0 already did what I thought was a pretty good job, but as, you know, pre-sales heated up and things got crazier, well, Gamer's Choice is just coming out here and saying, all right, take it, fight me. Like, okay, $4 Quintet. I could see this being like $2. Lapilation, not bad at all at $4. Galaxy Soldier, it's not the 350 I wanted, but it's close with the code. That's not terrible. So I see where they're trying to get the really mid value here versus what should be penny stonks historically. Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight at $4. None of these are like terribly priced, but I see now their approach is like this mid range of, okay, go ahead and check out here. Add these cards versus what could be going down. Really really great job, though, pricing out this mid-range, too. It's not like $5, $6, whatever. They're like 4s, 3s, a lot of these, and that's not bad at all, their approach. But, like, cards like this will be $1. This is $1 per card set. A lot of vendors will be taking $1.25 to $1, bottoming out at 75 cents on stuff like Code Radiator, I would think. So I see what they're going for, but we're already at $2 on the second page here, right? Like, this is crazy. They're doing a really... Necro World Banshees at 2s. These sold out on Tier 0 time and time again. It was one of the top sellers. So, really good job. And if you want to keep going through, there's 8 pages. Obviously, they're bottoming out their prices better than anybody. Page 3, we're already at $1. Hollow Mystical Stands. Mardell at $1. Really great job, Tier 0. Just crushing it. Not Tier 0. Oh my gosh. Live reaction channel, by the way. Really great job. Gamer's Choice. Tier 0 also pretty darn good on the pre-sales. But I love this kind of back and forth. Gamer's Choice, Daily, Tier 0, all of them going head to head. And that's what you get with the bloopers on a live reaction video. Now, speaking of other sponsors, I noticed some disappointed reactions when I shouted out pre-sales were going to go up on here about them already selling out of Power of the Elements. I pointed out this is likely to go very quick. Dimension Force is already leaving a lot of places. Tier 0 does, shoutouts to them legitimately this time, still have up Dimension Force, and Big 3 Deals still has up Power of the Elements for not even 50 cents more a box. Code What's Good 5 for 5% off and to support the channel directly. And I really like this glam already of the Crystal Beast structure deck up over here as well. Still, also, code What's Good 5 for 5% off and to support the channel directly. What do you guys think of the Ghost pre-sales and how crazy these are? I love that Gamer's Choice is swinging into the scene like this, really wanting to put a stamp on the pre-sale game, and they're doing a great job with it. Toon Chaos is heating up quite a bit. Psyframe Gear Gamma has been going up. There's only one at, well, there's 3 unlimbs at 300. These unlimbs used to be like, what, 180-ish? And yeah, you can even see the spike from before where they came on up at one point and they were much cheaper, 120 even. Then they went to 180, then even the unlimbs sold out, and now the first editions, after this $340 copy is gone, is $550 and then $600. People are just eating Gamma up in the TCG. Also, Chaos Space, the collector rare, has been gone in on, and it's pretty much gone from the market. First edition's now well over $200, and the regular copy with no reprint around $13. But the Toons are where it's at right now. Ultra Black Luster Soldier got bought out. There's one low-rated seller trying to make that grind before it is 69, not so nice, and then into the 70s for the Ultra, not Unlim Collector, not so, no, the Ultra Rare is really hitting. And I gotta say, Master Duel brought a bunch of people back into Yu-Gi-Oh! And Toons was a fan favorite. Easy views if you're doing deck profiles for that on Master Duel and making it work in rated. So I feel like a lot of people giving these second looks, and there's only these printings out of Toon Chaos like I told you long ago. Exclusive Toon stuff, unlikely to get reprinted for a long time. Stonks. We also see that Toon Bookmark is way up in price to the point of its collector rare finally spiking a bit, but only towards $65 for a first edition. But the Ultra is non-stop going up right now, and it's near $37, pressing towards that collector. And in a similar situation, the Ultra Toon page flip has less listings than the collector, yet is very close in it to price right now at $32. So I might think about getting that collector rare using that TCG player link in the description down below, costing you nothing extra to support the channel directly for the cards you'd already be buying, considering the unlims are basically the same prices as the ultras, but the first editions are near $60. And I really like this card, but it doesn't have a wacky looking Toon on it. It just has the Toon world doing something different, so not as loved by Duelist for its art. And when you're talking casual doesn't mean broke, but sometimes they like the image to go along with the card and usability. Non-fusion area, they're trying to stop Aluber. I don't think this is it. I think Dimensional, I said Prison on the other stream like a boomer. A Dimensional Barrier is the card to be doing it. I can't believe it sometimes, you know? I'm just so ancient with Yu-Gi-Oh! You get all these sets together like Dual Power, Dual Devastator, Dual Overload, you start to mix them out, then you boomer out with your sponsors. we do it live here. But non-fusion area, I don't think is it, but it is a floodgate that lasts, and if Aluber takes over that hard, we see the adventure token take a big backseat in terms of how it approaches the game and taking care of cards like this. Well, really good tech, but I still think the turn-long lingering floodgate is probably better, especially in, say, a mirror match where this is neither player can fusion summon, but depending on the deck you're playing, maybe you want to try this out. Live Twins, we've had enough Splight buyouts, haven't we? This also started to get revolving buyouts as they are level 2 goodness, and Splight really enjoys cards like that. And so a lot of the cards, like you have Frost still sticking 15, but the collector rares getting slammed in buyouts and back under double-digit copies on TCG Player for collector rares, people going back in on the archetype. And also look up Evil Twins if you want to see those prices. Well, I'm Market Man. We do it live, like I said. Let's look that up. Evil Twin as well in Yu-Gi-Oh! Let's take a peek, shall we? I should do my job. Under double digits on both of the links. Leela actually getting bought out really hard there. The Starlight rare not really going to many places, but you get stuck to link ratings of 2, if I recall. I know it's rank in a level 2 at least. And then it looks like the ultra rares starting to really gain value and go back down on listings, especially Kisi Kill, which has more listings than Leela for some reason. If you want a cheap engine for level 2 stuff though, Nimble Beaver shouldn't be forgotten. My Discord brought this one up. It had several buyouts in the past, but now, as a new printing in the Obelisk Tormentor structure, new as in about a year old at this point, but that new printing is keeping this from being those ridiculous buyout prices of $3 to $6, and it's nice to see a newer copy on the block. There's a budget card you might want in your arsenal. It reads that when this card's normal, you can special summon any level 3 or lower, that includes level 2, nimble monsters from your deck or graveyard. But I do think Deep Sea Diva is a little better, and the rares are still very cheap right now. Nibiru, I hadn't noticed it, but the secret rare out of Brothers of Legend has creeped up to be worth a little more than the secret rare out of the Megatons, the prismatic one. Kinda weird to me, but the one in the pack with the regular secret foiling is surpassing that one right now. Rivalry of the Warlords continues to go up even further. Rivalry, we can say it correctly. It is around $95 to $100. Last we covered it was getting bought out. You see a lot of the buyout prices and people are going even further to Floodgate Yep than ever before. And then I wanted to touch on the Starlight market. I mentioned that before that Starlights were no longer seeming invincible. They were bottoming out. They were coming down in prices, and we see it go even crazier with $60, $50 listed Starlights. Yep, that's right. This is about where junk Starlights used to be before the original buyouts on, you might remember, Storm Dragons returned the original junk Starlight out of Rising Rampage. Now they're starting to line up. I think some of them are probably undervalued, like Time Thief Perpetua, and then you used to have the junk Starlight be around $100 after those initial buyouts, but it looks like there's no saving some of these as the market starts to saturate on 5 of these per set. That equals 20 a year. Well, I don't really need this one for my collection. I don't really want this one. I don't think that one's good for play. This one's overhyped. Remember how many tubers hyped up Miradora? And I was just like, no, read it. You can't even stop access code talker. Well, you even have hand traps up in here, and this market just proves it's not invincible, but the top end keeps going up. And finally, apparently there's a way to summon Ito, the Supreme Magical Force, to your opponent's field in Branded. I haven't seen it in action. I don't know how consistent or good that is. The card reads you cannot summon monsters, so giving it to your opponent stops them from summoning any monsters. Basically set pass, so you can't even super poly your opponent. But also do keep in mind, if it is destroyed, it gets special summoned from your graveyard during the next standby phase and destroys all other monsters you control. Yeah, so you gotta still deal with that and try to game them, but I feel like this card, you know, it's also slurpable as a super poly target when you're the person giving it to the opponent. This card's gotten hyped several times in the past during history. It only has one printing, wiped off the market. It has a tendency to get overhyped. Of course, it can be a huge brick, but people hyping it haven't seen it. I'm just bringing you what's moving on the market and, to the best of my ability, an explanation. Thanks for watching today's Market Watch, and that's what the comment section is down below for too. You guys tend to have it. Let me know if you think it's just overhyped like the history of this card has been, or if this time it's very real, and let me know what you think about it. I feel like it has to be overhyped, but I could just be dead wrong. Thanks for watching today's Market Watch. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the conversation. Sorry for calling you tier 0 at one point Gamer's Choice. I baboomered out, but amazing pre-sales. Go check those out. Code What's Good 5 for 5% off and to support the channel directly if going after them singles.